Hi, and welcome back to Coffee's Crafting Corner. I did my introductory video. I got through that. Woohoo! So now I just thought I would come back and discuss about free motion. I love free motion. And my girl Angela Walters. I know plenty of you guys probably already seen her videos, but I got this book called Shape by Shape, which is by Angela, and it gives you step-by-step illustrations for your visual guide to free motion quilting. I have not delved into the book yet, but I will, and I'm going to be learning how to do some of those designs that's in that book too, and also learn to create my own designs. So at this point, I just wanted to go over free motion quilting with you. Now, I have a Juki QVP 2000, which is actually a machine made for quilters. It has everything you want on it for quilting, hands down. Some of you may not have that type of machine. You might just have a regular machine that does not, you don't think will do free motion, but they can. For example, I have a Juki DDL 8700, which is an industrial machine. And I can free motion on that with a few modifications. And the modifications for that machine would be for me to cover the feed dogs with a plate and turn the dial, the stitch, they call it the stitch length. I turn that dial to 0 so that there is no stitch length. I can't seem to get that word out for some reason. And once you do that, of course, you're going to have to change your foot for free motion footing. Whether it be open toe, closed toe, however how you want to do it. I use open toe because I can see where I left off. When my bobbin thread runs out, I know where I can pick up again. They have the closed toe. It's fine too. It's on individual preference of which one you like the best, okay? I just wanted to also indicate that when you're free motion quilting, I know a lot of them say pull your bobbin thread up, do a couple of strokes, and then start motion quilting. Well, I don't have to do that because my bells and whistles does it for me. I just drop my bobbin and I just start sewing, and it picks up and starts sewing. So once you do that, then you can get started. But the purpose of this video, I just want to show you, just in case you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm going to drop my presser foot because my machine is already set up for free motion quilting anyway. And also, another thing, make sure you keep your hands washed when you're working on your materials, okay? Because you don't want dirt to transfer to your project, okay? So kind of keep an eye on that. Sometimes you forget, you know. I know I do sometimes, but, you know, we'll get through it. So anyway, just for an example, I don't have to do this, but I am going to show you. You're just going to drop your foot. I'm going to pull up this thread just so you know. And then what you normally do on a machine, once you pull that bottom thread up, you're going to make a couple of stitches. And you could do that and then stop. And then once you do that, it locks it in for you. And like I said, I didn't have to do this, but I wanted to show you. And then once you do that, I just pull this to the side until I get started. Once I get started, I'll cut this, okay? So me personally, I try free motion with my hands without gloves. For some reason, my hands will not flow with the material. So I went and got me these gloves. And these gloves has little grippers on the back. And it makes me move my fabric along with the speed of the machine. Because when you're free motion, one of the things you have to do is make sure that for your stitches to remain regulated and the same, you try to keep the same speed, because the faster you go, the smaller the stitch. The slower you go, larger the stitch. So you try to get a point of stitching in between. So I have a dial on this machine for speed control, and most machines do have that. On the Juki, they have a turtle and they have a rabbit. Go figure. So on my machine, I set it at one setting, and then that way I know all my free motion stitching is going to be the same because it's the same speed. You know, this machine is very fast. I don't want to go that fast because I don't want to make a whole bunch of mistakes. And this is also my practice. Now, when I get good enough where I feel comfortable, where I can go faster, I'll go faster. And so will you, if you're not already going faster than me already. So, with that said, just a little bit of free motioning, and then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to do our first block. So, with that said, and make sure when you're free motioning, I have to do this because I'm a short person, I have to sit on pillows. Because my chair, even though it lifts and goes down, I have to be comfortable sewing. And it's hard for me to get comfortable sometimes. So I put pillows in my chair. I sit on one and I have one in my back because I had neck fusion surgery twice. And sometimes after a while, I can't sit for so long. And I can't hold my head up for so long because I get pain. You know, but this is some type of a therapy for me to do my quilting. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of these spins around my little dueling, and then I'm going to cut the tail end off this thread. Okay. And once that is done, I'm going to turn this video off, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do a quilt. A quilt block. So basically you want to sit straight. Posture is very important. You want to sit straight. You also want to make sure that your quilt is under the machine, ever how you got it. And right now I'm at the top part, and I'm going to bring it all the way down to the bottom. So, and then work my way all the way across and down. And sometimes you can do block by block, but I found out that, you know, materials shift. And when they shift, if you're doing block by block, it kind of creates these little crevices. And that's where I get really mad with myself on. So I decided to start a quilt from one side, all the way over, go all the way back, come back all the way over, because it kinds to make the quilt be a little bit more smoother. And then you don't have anything bunching and creating havoc in your quilt. So, and with that said, here we go. And I just love, now see, you see how fast my machine is set for? That's all I needed to be set for right now in order to get these smooth lines and to be able to move my project, or my quilt, as you might say. And all I'm doing is doodling, and then when I want to stop, I stop and leave it my needle down. In the down position. I have my machine set up for my needle to be down when I stop, because I don't want to lose my place. And that's very important too, because if you lose your place, it's kind of hard to get right back in it. You could do it. It's not too hard, but you just don't want to have to go through all of that. So if you have it already set in the down position, when you stop, that helps you out a lot. And you're going to make sure your hands are on here together. And when you're motioning and moving with the speed of the machine. You got to be like grooving with the machine. And normally I have music on and I just sit here and just play and sing and do my quilting. So whatever makes you relax, that's what you need to do. Whether it be with music or watching videos or listening to videos in the background, anything to keep your mind occupied while you're concentrating on your project. So with that said, I'm going off air now and coming back with another video. All right, bye.